This man lives in a small town with his younger sister, and ever since their parents passed away, she has been the only reason he keeps going. Just like any usual day, Jang-woo is working at the factory, already worn down from taking on multiple jobs to support his sister Yoonji and save for her college fees. One afternoon, Yoonji excitedly shows up at his workplace with lunch, but the mood shifts when some of the men begin making crude remarks. Yoonji talks back without hesitation, but Jang-woo stays silent. When one of them comments on her skirt in a degrading way, Jang-woo suddenly snaps, kicking over the tables and warning them never to speak about his sister like that again. On the ride home, he tells her to put on a pair of pants over her skirt. She refuses at first, so he jokingly calls out to their parents in heaven, and she eventually gives in. It feels light on the surface, but it shows how tightly he holds on to her, and how afraid he is of losing her. Later, Yoonji stops by the local pharmacy, where pharmacist Min watches as she plays with the claw machine, and wins a small toy. She laughs and gives it to him without thinking much of it. Not long after, she suddenly clutches her stomach and disappears into the back of the store. When he sees her missing, he grows uneasy, but soon realizes that she went behind to grab some sanitary pads. Nearby, at the convenience store next door, a woman named Cyan picks out some snacks and goes to pay, but the owner refuses to serve her, muttering that she brings bad luck. This is because Cyan can see the ghost of a little girl and sense terrible things before they happen. As she leaves, the owner throws salt after her, some of it landing on Jang-woo as he stands nearby. He notices her for the first time, but says nothing, unaware that this brief moment will soon be connected to a tragedy that will turn his life upside down. Later, Jang-woo heads to the laundry shop he runs, a place passed down from their parents. Myung-gu works there for him, and often helps around the shop, but it soon becomes clear that he has feelings for Yoonji. When Jang-woo finds out, he shuts it down immediately, warning Myung-gu to stay away, reminding him that they are distant relatives, and that this is not something he will allow. That afternoon, Yoonji returns home from school and heads to an abandoned area to retrieve a small suitcase filled with hair tools she had hidden there. While she is there, she notices Seon alone and shivering. Yoonji approaches her and asks if she is okay. As the two sit beside each other, Yoonji asks if the rumors are true, whether Seon can really see the future, and even jokes about wanting to know who she will marry one day. Seon calmly explains that she cannot see things like that, only the moment when someone is going to die. When she asks Yoonji if she wants to know about her death, Yoonji grows uneasy and quickly says no. But the moment Yoonji touches her, Seon is suddenly overwhelmed by a vision of Yoonji's death and later passes out. That night, Jang-woo prepares the memorial altar for their parents. He speaks quietly to them, promising that he will protect the house and Yoonji, telling them not to worry. Meanwhile, Yoonji goes to the hair salon where she works part-time. She enjoys cutting hair and dreams of opening her own shop one day. Halfway through her shift, Jung-woo storms in, clearly upset. He doesn't want her working there, and insists that she should focus only on studying. Yoonji argues back, saying studying is pointless when they cannot even afford her tuition. But Jung-woo firmly tells her he will handle everything. She admits that all she wants is to become a hairstylist, but Jung-woo refuses to let her live the same hard life he did. He orders her to stay at home and study, and locks her inside the house. Later, Jang-woo meets with villagers who try once again to pressure him into selling the laundry shop for redevelopment. He refuses without hesitation and walks away. On his way home, he stops by a street vendor to buy food for Yoonji, believing she is waiting for him. While he is gone, Yoonji wanders alone into the laundry shop. Without warning, a figure emerges from the basement and attacks her. She screams for her brother, but no one hears her, and since the door is locked, she is unable to escape. The next day, Jang-woo goes to the police station to report Yoonji missing. The detective brushes him off, saying she is probably just away for a few days and will return on her own. Jang-woo leaves feeling uneasy. At the laundry shop, he notices Seon standing nearby, staring silently at one of the machines. Moments later, a body is discovered floating in a water tank. Jang-woo rushes forward and sees his sister's lifeless body, and in that moment, he realizes he has lost the only person he was trying to protect. In the days that follow, a shaman ritual is held for Yoonji, and the entire town gathers to mourn her death. Some quietly grieve, while others openly blame Jang-woo, whispering that if he had not locked her inside the house, she might still be alive. As the ritual continues, the shaman suddenly becomes unsettled, reacting as if something unseen is interfering. At the same time, Sae-yoon rushes in, shaken, sensing that something is terribly wrong. During the ritual, a man wearing a hat and mask is standing at a distance. A brass bowl used in the ceremony is carried by the waves toward him, drawing Jang-woo's attention. He calls out, but the man immediately turns and runs. Jang-woo chases him through the market, but the figure disappears into the crowd, leaving behind only a single footprint. Following the clue, Jang Woo goes to a shoe shop and recognizes the same pair the man was wearing. However, the shopkeeper tells him that identical shoes were given out to many shop owners during a campaign the year before, leaving Jang Woo with no clear lead. Nearby, Jang Woo spots Sian and asks if she saw Yoonji before she died. She admits that she did. When he asks how she knew Yoonji's body was in the shop, she explains that her visions often lead her to places without warning, and that she hates this ability. She adds that Yoonji is already dead, so there is nothing she can change now. Not long after, the police arrive and inform Jang Woo that they have arrested Yoonji's killer, Myung-gu. He is considered the main suspect because he called Yoonji repeatedly and her underwear was found in his home. Jang Woo is stunned and refuses to believe it, convinced that Myung-gu could not have done something like this. Later, Jang Woo sits alone, staring at old photos of Yoonji, unable to hold back his tears. Suddenly his phone rings, and the caller ID shows Yoonji's number. Frozen in shock, he answers, but no one speaks. Determined to trace the call, he rushes to a phone shop, only to be told that without a death certificate and proper identification, they cannot help him. Outside, he sees Seon again, this time being harassed by students on a bus. Jang Woo steps in and pulls her away, then asks her for a favor, deciding to use her identity to pose as his sister. Back at the phone shop, the staff finally agree to help, and they are given the phone's location. The two head toward the signal together. Along the way, they hear noises coming from a nearby unit and discover Man-ko, the leader of the Merchant Association, and Cha-sun making out in the dark. Realizing it has nothing to do with the case, Jang Woo feels his hope fade once again. Then he notices another figure running in the distance. He calls Yoonji's number, and this time, he hears the phone ringing nearby. An intense chase follows, but halfway through, Jang Woo runs into Myung-gu, who has just been released due to lack of evidence. Without stopping, Jang Woo continues toward the harbor. But once again, the figure vanishes, leaving him with nothing but questions and growing doubt about who truly killed his sister. Jang Woo later stops by the pharmacy to buy a drink. When pharmacist Min sees him, he gently asks how he is holding up. Without saying much, Min packs some canned food for him as well, telling him it is the least he can do. He quietly adds that whoever killed Yoonji deserves to be punished, and urges Jang Woo not to give up. At that moment, Cha-sun walks in to buy medicine, and Jang Woo lingers, watching closely. As he observes Min's movements, he suddenly notices something familiar, the same gesture he had seen from the masked figure at the harbor that day. A sense of unease settles in, and suspicion begins to take root. Later, Jang Woo sneaks into Min's house and spots a pair of shoes by the entrance. Comparing them to the footprint left at the ritual site, he becomes convinced that the pharmacist is the killer. Around the same time, Seum bumps into Cha-sun and is struck by another disturbing vision. Shortly after, Cha-sun is suddenly dragged into a house by a masked figure. That night, Jang Woo is heading back when he notices Seon standing outside the unit, frozen in place. Alarmed, he rushes inside, but Cha-sun is already dead. The realization hits him hard that another life has been taken and that the pattern is repeating. At the police station, Jang Woo tells the detective that pharmacist Min is the prime suspect. But Min is known as a kind and generous man, and no one takes Jang Woo seriously. The detective even suggests that Jang Woo himself is more suspicious, given how he found the victims before the police did. Desperate, Jang Woo insists they act immediately, pointing out that Cha-sun's death mirrors Yoonji's. He demands they arrest Min before someone else is killed, but his words fall on deaf ears. That night, Jang Woo sees Seon being chased away again and brings her to his car for shelter and cooks her a simple bowl of hot noodles. When Seon notices Yoonji's ashes, Jang Woo explains that he is waiting for spring to scatter them into the sea. Overcome with guilt, she apologizes, saying Yoonji treated her like a friend, yet she could do nothing to save her. Jang Woo stops her, telling her the blame is not hers, and that if anyone is at fault, it is him for leaving his sister alone. Before she leaves, he enters his number into her phone and tells her that if she ever has another vision, she must call him so they can catch the killer together. The next day, Jang Woo secretly follows pharmacist Min. He watches as Min hands out sweets to children, visits elderly residents, and even helps take them to get their hair cut. Everything Min does appears kind and harmless. Unable to hold back any longer, Jang Woo suddenly confronts him, shoving him to the ground and accusing him of being a murderer. Min reacts with anger, pushing Jang Woo away and warning him that he has crossed a line. Soon after, Jang Woo learns that one of the nearby merchants has a CCTV camera. He rushes to review the footage and sees a white Avante driving past on the night of the murder. The car is registered to pharmacist Min, but when they zoom in on the man in the video, it is Myung-gu. Meanwhile, Seon returns to the abandoned spot where Yoonji once hid her suitcase. While standing there, she overhears two schoolgirls talking nearby, one of them saying that she will be meeting pharmacist Min later. At that moment, Cyan is struck by another vision. Shaken, she immediately calls Jang Woo, but he doesn't answer, as he is still searching for Myung-gu. Not long after, Jang Woo finally runs into Myung-gu and questions him about that night, asking if he saw pharmacist Min at the scene. Myung-gu insists that he only noticed Min's car parked nearby, but never saw anyone inside. Jang Woo senses something is off, but gets no further answers. Guided by her vision, Cyan heads to Yu-Heng School. There, she sees a high school student meeting pharmacist Min, who quietly hands her some money. At first it looks suspicious, but it soon becomes clear that Min is deliberately setting a trap, hoping to draw Jang Woo out. When the girl mocks him and bluntly asks whether he is the one who killed Yoonji and Cha-sun, Min's calm facade cracks. He angrily warns her to stop talking nonsense. Hearing a noise outside, Min steps away to check. At the same time, Jang Woo sees Cyan text and calls her, but she doesn't answer. The ringtone gives her away, and Min spots her. Realizing Cyan may be in danger, Jang Woo immediately alerts the police and rushes toward the school. Cyan later wakes up to find pharmacist Min sitting beside her. He warns her to not speak rashly, otherwise she will face the same consequences. Before anything else can happen, Jang Woo storms in and attacks him, convinced he has finally cornered the killer. The police arrive moments later, and all of them are taken to the station. At the station, everything takes an unexpected turn. Cyan suddenly changes her statement, insisting that pharmacist Min did nothing to her. The detective, already frustrated, pushes Jang Woo to the ground and warns him that he is interfering with the investigation. Overwhelmed with guilt, Cyan admits that she was the one feeding Jang Woo information through her visions, and says she will leave town so she doesn't cause more trouble. Before she leaves, she gently helps bandage Jang Woo's injured wrist. Pharmacist Min is released, while Jang Woo is detained overnight. Before leaving, Min coldly tells Jang Woo that it is his own obsession that led him here. Then, in a quiet and chilling moment, he shows Jang Woo a video of Yoonji recorded shortly before her death, in which she says her brother will find the killer. Standing face to face with the man he knows is responsible, Jang Woo realizes how powerless he truly is. Later that night, as the detective is sending pharmacist Min home, he receives a call from his subordinate about an old murder case at an abandoned house. The investigation reveals a disturbing past. A pharmacist once lived there with his family. His daughter was autistic, and his son was repeatedly ill-treated, while the parents lived comfortably and ignored their suffering. One day, the son finally snapped and killed his entire family, and that boy is pharmacist Min. Back in the present, pharmacist Min knocks the detective unconscious and escapes. Around the same time, Jang Woo is taken out of his cell for a meal. Seizing the chance, he breaks free and rushes out, terrified that Si-yoon is in danger. With no clear lead, he runs through the town, following the hints Si-yoon had once mentioned, hoping they will lead him to her in time. Elsewhere, Cyan is inside the abandoned house when pharmacist Min appears. He ties her up and she tells him that his sister wouldn't want him to turn out like this. It turns out that the little girl Cyan saw in her visions was pharmacist Min's younger sister. He begins to reveal his past, explaining that everything changed after his father remarried. His father became distant, stopped caring for the children, and his stepmother ill-treated them. Consumed by hatred, Min says he came to see his stepmother as filthy, and that belief twisted him. In his mind, anyone who dressed skimpily or acted indecently had to be erased. That is why he killed Yoonji, and later Cha-sun. Gripping a rock, he charges at Cyan, convinced that what he is doing is justified. Moments later, Jang Woo arrives and lunges at Min, but Min quickly wraps a rope around his neck and tries to strangle him. Jang Woo manages to break free for a moment, but the fight turns brutal and he is badly injured. Min stabs him in the stomach, convinced it is finally over. For a brief moment, Min sees the reflection of his late sister, then pushes the thought away and keeps going. Gathering his remaining strength, Jang Woo tells Min that when his own parents died, it was his sister who gave him a reason to keep living. He reminds Min that he did not cleanse anything, he only took innocent lives. With one final push, Jang Woo lunges at him, and the two fall from the building. Min hits the ground and dies, while Jang Woo barely manages to grab onto the railing. Sion, having freed herself, rushes forward and pulls him up with everything she has. In the aftermath, both Jang Woo and Cyan are alive and safe. Later, Jang Woo takes Cyan to the riverside for a quiet picnic. Standing by the water, he gently scatters Hyunji's ashes, remembering the promise he once made to avenge her. The killer has been found and the truth is finally out, but losing her is a wound that will never fully heal. Even so, for the first time since her death, Jang Woo allows himself to say goodbye and let her go.